If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 8% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay, guys, so the content today would be these two players. That's not like super crazy players to have to do, I don't think. I think Gyökeres could be really nice, to be fair, on an engine because they made him a lengthy on an engine. With the driven shots, definitely really nice. People are talking about the press proven, but if you give him an engine with the press proven, he could actually perform pretty decently, to be fair. But it is a sporting player, so, you know, interest with people will be dependent, you know. And then Vasquez looks pretty good as like the more agile fullback if you like to use those sort of players. And then honestly, you could even potentially use him as an actual attacker in the future with like a hunter or something, right? Depending on whether or not he actually gets some improvements, because he's 4-star right now. He could be even better in the future. It just depends on if Real Madrid actually goes the distance, right? So they look like cool cards for sure, but I don't know if it's like enough for me to go out of my way to review. I think with this week, it's going to be like a little bit weird for content, and then I think for next week, maybe it'll be a little bit different. But today we have the new evolution to check out, and then I'll probably do like a custom tactic later today as well. We try to upload the settings video for PC just to help people out. But yeah, we're going to see what the vibes are with this specific evolution. So you do get a few different playstyles. You get deep lying playmaker, which is really good in the game nowadays. You get playmaker, deep lying playmaker again. So these are very important things. You get anticipate, long ball pass, incisive pass, relentless, press proven, tiki-taka, pinged pass. So a lot of pretty good stuff, to be fair. A lot of pretty good stuff. These are the trending cards as of right now. What I am seeing with this specific evolution is that they do actually give some pretty big improvements to specific cards, right? So if I were to go to like someone like a Bruno Fernandes, right, with the 60k upgrade on the card, as a midfielder, he has been significantly improved. I think base playstyles wise, if you can at least provide him with a regular intercept, this is a pretty decent center mid, to be honest, right? Deep lying playmaker is also on the card. He definitely looks more like a CDM than anything else because of the, or he looks like a center mid more than anything else because of the way that he's generally formatted in the dribbling, shooting, passing, and physical department. The physical has actually improved quite a bit for this card, and he's working with a first touch as well as a long ball pass, right? Could you technically go in a route where it's like, you know, I give him a finisher and then I work with lower pace at cam? Sure, but we know that people don't really do that too often. But the main thing here is that massive defensive boost, but obviously only has the one anticipate playstyle, which honestly for Bruno might not even be that big of a deal because base mechanics wise, he's actually pretty solid for those general plays in the midfield because of how good his passing is, right? And passing playstyles this year definitely makes quite a significant difference, right? So Conte is going to be the main comparison to his other card, which is basically the SBC card, right? That's why he is the top trending player right now, who is currently extinct because of the evolution. I think they get leaked earlier, right? People check that stuff out and then I mean, yeah, the improvements are pretty good for him, to be fair. Yeah, because the promo card for the SBC, first of all, was like really up there in price. He's really nice. Press proven was decent in some situations, but press proven I think I would have utilized more in the center mid area. But this one with incisive and intercept would be kind of crazy. Because I think with him, deep lying playmaker, I think would be really good, right? Because you get the nice passing playstyles, but you get both of the importance playstyles in anticipate and intercept. But yeah, you get tiki-taka with a long ball, a pinged pass in the card too. Some really good stuff, right? Some really good stuff. Wide half. I've never seen people use that yet. But yeah, The holding plus plus, you can use him in that way too, but that deep lying playmaker I think is going to be like the main way, I would say. The dribbling on the ball is actually quite decent too, so you know, I personally always prefer to have like taller players in the midfield. For instance, like Patrick, like if I'm looking at someone that I want to really defend for me, it's like a Patrick Vieira, right? Every time I've used Patrick Vieira, I've always enjoyed how tall he is to get like his interceptions and the way that it works on his card. Conte, I use this card a lot, and honestly, like he's really solid. He definitely is, but sometimes like the height is bothersome, right? But you get that trade-off because the card's more agile, you can dribble out of positions a little bit quickly. But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. This Conte, again, they formatted him nicely. They gave him all the right play styles to be really good. And I could see him being a pretty good player, to be fair. Yeah, they actually did a really good job with him. Bruno Fernandes, we already checked out. Kobe Mainu. It's funny, I watch this team all the time, but he doesn't really start that often, so I don't always often hear his name. But Kobe's card. Tiki-taka, incisive pass, intercept, and anticipate. So this card's actually well formatted as well for usability, especially because on a shadow, he doesn't really have like super horrible defensive awareness. It's actually in a decent area. So if you actually wanted to use him as a CDM or even center mid, because they gave him some pretty good stuff with like a box-to-box, a playmaker plus, passing playstyles, really big deal. Still has a regular pinged pass with a regular long ball, intercept, anticipate, very good play styles to have in the midfield. And he also has a press proven, right? So if he's dribbling in certain areas of the pitch and he needs to break out of certain parts, does a pretty solid job with that too. So it's a nice upgrade for this card. It's a very nice upgrade. I think the playstyle plus would actually be pretty relevant for him too. Because incisive, I'm telling you guys, bro, when you have that playstyle plus, it's really crazy for these through passes. Really, really crazy. Valverde, I'm going to be honest, I never really care about this card. I never do. They did give him more stuff, though. They did give him more stuff, because, I mean, he has anticipate and stuff, too. It's just the power shot. Like, I don't really care about the power shot too much. I think Valverde in the beginning of the year was actually pretty good, but, yeah, they would have to make, like, a new promo card of his that's, like, significantly better, I think. Okay, so Scholes, you increase his usability quite a bit. You do increase his abilities. Shadow chemistry style, so he's not the slide tackle type, but he has very good defensive stats here with the anticipate. So no intercept, which could be a downfall of the card from time to time because he is shorter at 5'7". But again, the usability does increase quite a bit for this card because he has very good passing play styles. Anticipate is still given to him, right? Tiki-taka, pinged pass, press proven. So he could be like that more agile type player that can break out of positions well while also passing like an absolute monster, right? Because with midfielders, I don't really care too much if you don't have certain things about you in regards to like skill moves, but the weak foot I think is important. So I think that's like the main thing that they gave him on this card, right? It's the 5-star weak foot on the evolution for Puppeteer. Yeah, so 5-star weak foot's a pretty good thing too. Slide tackle is very low, but all he's missing is a regular intercept, and like usability wise is pretty decent. He's short, probably not going to win physical engagements that often, but another interesting one over here is actually going to be Douglas Luiz, because Douglas Luiz in the beginning was one of the more meta cards, and this card already by default has the intercept and anticipate. So you can drastically, like, he's gone up in price because people know that he was that good before. So it's pretty cool that he can be put into the Puppeteer and get a pretty significant upgrade as well. Like, he actually looks very, very solid. Pinged Pass Plus, which was the main thing that made him such a good card before, with a 5-star weak foot, by the ways. Intercept, Anticipate, still has a Relentless, even like a technical, still has a dead ball and stuff too. And then he still has some shooting as well. So like, again, in the CDM position with that deep lying playmaker, which a lot of people are using nowadays, he's not bad, right? He actually looks like he's really well formatted. Interceptions at 98 with base intercept playstyle is really good. Looks like a very solid card. That's actually a very, very good improvement for him. Even if you don't give like certain playstyles because he already has, but even still, Douglas Luiz was one of the better midfielders to use at some point in this game. So an evolution for him could definitely turn out to be really, really good for sure. What else we got here? Let's see. Puppeteer. Trending evolved. Çalhanoğlu has really good base mechanic stuff. I like this card a lot. I think the other evolution was better though. No, that one with the, I forget what they give him. You know what I want to see? This is the difference between the two websites, because I can do this. Look, where is he? I do this, and then I just do this. Oh, wait. No, I do this, and then I do this. Okay, so big physical boost. Big physical boost, big dribbling boost, big passing boost. Physical boost is pretty important, I would say. Oh, that's not the right one. It's this one. Oh, even more. Was I looking at this one? No, I was looking at this one. Yeah, dribbling boost, physical boost. I was about to say. I'm tripping out, boys. I'm tripping out. Yeah, this card looks great too. Physical is really important in this game, and the fact that he gets that boost is really good. And then again, but he has this stuff before though, I'm pretty sure, because I use him all the time. Yeah, he does have deep lying playmaker already. So it's mainly like stat improvements with him, because he already has some of the play styles. Yeah, some of the playstyles he already has. Very solid card for evolutions, honestly. Really, really good. I actually like him a lot. Bruno Fernandes, Fermin. Puppeteer Marquisio. Yeah, this one increases quite a bit too, actually. I think it's just, for me guys, like midfielders wise, especially with like deep lying playmaker, I think it's just really important to at least provide the intercept and the anticipate while increasing their passing a lot, because passing is such a huge thing in this game. Like this card, it looks really cool in a shadow, right? Good pace, mid-90s area. He has most of the passing things, right? Incisive, long ball, tiki-taka, pinged pass is really crazy. And then again, you have the capability of adding him into that deep lying playmaker role, which before did he have? What did he have before? Just the plus. So you get extinct on the PC. So you get the plus for this card on a shadow. Good pace boost, good defensive boost. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's actually a really good improvement for him. Because the defense is not really poorly formatted either, so. Not poorly formatted at all. Fred, I haven't really seen anybody use an evolution Fred, but to be honest, he looks really solid. I've never seen the card in a single team a single time, but he does still look nice. I guess it's because of the shooting being low. Because at the end of the day, even if you have like deep lying playmaker, there are certain moments depending on your custom tactics where you do attack. And if his finishing is low, it's not going to be the most ideal thing ever. So I think that's like the main thing that probably drags people away from actually completing the card. But honestly, if you play like 4-2-1-3, for instance, like it would still be okay. Good play styles in general. He has a lot of really good stuff to look at. Anticipate plus too with this card on the incisive pass. Yeah, it's just the finishing. The finishing being low, I guess, for some people, just like throws them off a little bit, maybe. Steven Gerrard, let's see if you make him more usable. Well, similar situation to Valverde, where you give him a power shot, I guess, to make him realistic in that sense. But meta-wise, it does take away from the card a little bit. But does not look bad on a shadow. He's one more intercept away. Intercept would have been good. Anticipate, press proven, passing playstyles in general always makes you more usable, so you can't really go wrong with that. But definitely lacks more defensive stuff. He definitely needs those things to be a little bit better, I would say. He's close to like being a lengthy and still being pretty good, but not there yet. Not there yet. Guti. So this card is a shadow chemistry style flex, no defensive awareness. So he's formatted for a cam, then that's the weird part. Formatted for the cam, but with way lower dribbling. It's funny because sometimes on the SBC account, I try to use Guti as a cam just for the sake of it, but that low agility imbalance is really annoying to work with. Like, he's really nice, but if those two specifically were higher, it'd be even better, right? It's one of those types of things. Dang, Lucas Vasquez, 640 likes. I mean, this price is not too bad, to be honest. Because he looks well formatted for the anchor. Like, especially with, like, future improvements. I might even do this on the SBC account just to have the chemistry links. Even if I don't review the card. This is a roll to the final. Like, for attackers and midfielders, it probably makes more sense, but... Zubimendi. Intercept plus. Ooh. This card actually looks kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. That's the upgrade from Puppeteer? Holy. He has a good height, deep lying playmaker. Shooting is a little bit weird, sure, but like, dude, he looks really well formatted, man. 5-star, 5-star while being 5'11", while working with intercept plus, long ball pass, and then you give him anticipate. Did he have that before? Ah, I see. So it's just like a few different things, like passing stuff, and then stat improvements. Stat improvements in what specifically? Mainly physical. Mainly. But the rest of the stuff has been improved quite a bit. I mean, he still looks like he'd be pretty cool. There's definitely a lot of potential there for sure. Patrick Guijarro. I haven't really seen her being used that often recently. Not too much. She was pretty cool, though. I liked her player of the month for a little bit. Definitely like the player of the month for a little bit. 4-star, 5-star for this card. Shadow gives you a nice pace boost, a nice defensive boost. Yeah. I mean, you know what? With Sobosloy, I mean, obviously, like, he probably plays like Cam mostly. With Liverpool, like, there was in the past he's played more center mid, but like, you can use him there now, actually. Is this one? Don't you get anticipate for it? Am I wrong? Or you do? Sobosloy. This one? I guess not. That's interesting. If you put him into the birthday finale, you can actually make him usable as an attacker. Usable, keyword. But definitely looks more like a center mid. Or like a side cam. If he had Shadow Striker, but he only has Playmaker. Turns him into a 5-star, 5-star though. De Jong from the rare gold? I mean, sure, you could totally do that. You need like a cheaper alternative, 100%. Mason Mount gets an upgrade. Ooh, okay. Well, the usability increases quite a bit for this card. Defensive awareness is still kind of low, but he does have some pretty good play styles. Like, I wouldn't mind this center mid-wise. That's what I'm saying. Like, you do SBCs, and you kind of have to wait for them to get upgrades, but then you have to pay for it again. You still don't really know if it's going to be, like, that crazy, but I think the play styles make a difference. Oh, well, you already had the play styles before. Yeah. Well, I think for Puppeteer, there are obviously going to be like some cool options you could potentially go with. Like if you're a Napoli fan, Gilmore could be a pretty cool option on a Shadow. He doesn't really look that poorly formatted on it, to be honest. But I do like some of these options here at the top. Why is this guy trending? Like Douglas Luiz, I think, is a pretty big one because generally speaking, he was already pretty meta before. So improvements on him would be great. Conte, I think, looks fantastic too. I think it's a really good improvement on this card. Yeah, I think it's a really good improvement. Like price wise, like if you got this card for like super cheap and you've been holding on to him, he looks pretty cool. And then Bruno looks decent, but an intercept would have definitely been really nice. Kobe gets a nice upgrade though, because he has both of the play styles. right? So the usability, like I said, it increases a lot for cards like this that actually look pretty cool. He even has like a 5-star weak foot too, right? So a card like that definitely looks very interesting. That's kind of like the general area that you should be looking at if you actually want to choose some of the better options, right? Like Conte, like I said, looks pretty solid, especially if you didn't do the SBC. I think a 5-star weak foot's pretty relevant to work with on that card, 100%. But yeah, Douglas Luiz with that pinged pass, incisive, and then still has intercept to anticipate, looking pretty good too. Looking pretty good too. But yeah, we'll call it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.